Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with another video for you, and I know there are going to be many of you that are going to be thinking we've kind of covered this topic already, and we have, but I wanted to kind of recover it because we had a bit of a debate on Facebook about this the other day. So I wanted to show you the cables again, but then I also wanted to kind of share my kind of thoughts and feelings on these cables as well. Obviously now the stock is starting to come through to the UK for the AX cable kits, which are the individual braided cables for the Corsair units. Now the reason why I posted on Facebook in the first place is SpecialTech have now got stock for the AX 750, 650, 750 and 850 units in the black, white, red and blue. And it's I do try and support SpecialTech as much as I possibly can, which is why I try and send you that way for your water cooling components and your air cooling components, and 9 times out of 10 if they have stock of cases that I'm reviewing, I send it that way as well. It's just kind of a two-way street with us with them. I really want to try and help support them because there are a lot of like bigger companies really trying to muscle in and push out the smaller companies. It's almost like supporting your local shop in your local town rather than going to a supermarket. But anyway, the boys there are epic, and they told me that they had them in stock, they had them all listed, so I posted up, and there was a lot of kind of chit chat on Facebook about the thoughts. But basically what I want to explain is a lot of people, they're going to be retailing at 52 quid. A lot of people were saying, oh, that's a lot of money for extensions. Well, for starters, they're not extensions. As you can see with this box, it's a complete replacement cable kit. It replaces every cable that comes with your power supply, to the point of when you get them out of the box, they even come in the box that your cables would have done with your power supply in the first place. Now, I've got a black set here, but just to show you, when you pop them out, there is a full set of brand new cables inside. There's literally everything. Now, I'd not seen the black before, so I said to SpecialTech, send me a black set and I'll do another quick video. So essentially, what you can see is you've got obviously the black ends, which are the Corsair specific ends anyway. Yes, they have been heat shrinked, however you want to put it. Now, the braid's not massively thick, but what they've done quite cleverly is they've used black cable underneath, so it's black braid over an all black cable. Now, as you can see, if I unwrap these, they're obviously individually braided, which is obviously quite the in thing at the moment. So when they're on your, coming out of your case. Now, they don't just do them in the black, they do them in, I've not got red, but there's your black. They do white as well, which is lovely, and they also do a really nice blue. The white and the blue you've probably seen on my bench rigs coming out the AX 1200 watt, but we've got the red as well. But they do black, they do red as well. So it's a good selection of colours there for you, which you can, I just need to turn my thing round. Good selection of colours for you, which obviously you can use to complement pretty much any system out there. Now, for 50 quid, if you were to go out and buy extension cables, you'd probably end up spending, even if you just bought the basic extension cables, so your 24 pin, couple of PCIs, an 8 pin, and maybe like a SATA cable, you'd end up spending the same money as this entire kit. But obviously it's just extensions. And by that, it's going to be adding length to your cables, so you're going to end up with more to hide. But also, when you've got your power supply in the bottom of the case, you're going to still be able to see the standard cables. With these, for argument's sake, if you had the white or the blue, which is quite a distinct colour, or even the red, you're obviously going to get these going right to the power supply. Where the AXs are fully modular anyway, like I said, there was going to be none of the standard cables left sat there, and you're going to have a lot of these. Now, one of the arguments was, oh, I can braid my own cables, which is a fair point. If you want to braid your own cables and go about it that way, that's fine. But the idea with these is it's something for maybe not for people that might not have the time or the patience, maybe not the ability. And it's a plug and play replacement. You don't have to strip all the cables down. Also, if you If you strip all your cables down and the power supply goes faulty, you then need to get a replacement set of cables to send the power supply back with, because they won't accept it without the cables. I checked this point as well. They won't accept it without the cables. It all needs to go back. Because one of the problems is if you've braided your cables and you braided one of those cables wrong and you put it in the wrong place or something, that could then cause a short in the power supply and cause the fault in the first place. So that's why you'd need to get a replacement set of cables, because if you sent it back with your cables that you've braided, they wouldn't honour the warranty because you've modified it. Now, it is a kind of... I originally thought that the cables were going to come in around the £70 to £80 mark, which I did originally think was a little bit expensive. It'd be something for people that, you know, understood that they were getting kind of a niche product. It wasn't something that you necessarily had to have, but if you wanted it, you had to pay for it. When I saw that they were only 50 quid, I know £50 a lot of money, but for somebody that's limited a time, wants to put a splash of colour in their rig, has already got a colour theme or something like that going on, I think it's a really, really good idea. And like I said, where it goes right to the power supply as well, and it isn't just an extension, keeps things nice and tidy, get that bit of colour right the way to the end. It's just kind of little touches. It'd be great really if there was an aftermarket company doing these, so that you had them for a wider range of power supplies. Obviously at the moment Corsair are the only people that have really gone all out and done the replacement cables. But they are bloody good power supplies anyway. I heavily rate them, and not because of the fact that I work with Corsair a lot. I've always rated them. So that's kind of my thoughts on it really. I personally think that 52 quid for a complete replacement kit like this, like I said, comes like that, direct replacement, isn't going to bother your warranty at all. You're going to get that wicked kind of individually braided look. You're not going to have to worry about buying any extra cables or anything like that. And technically you've got a spare set as well. So you could buy a set of these, run these, and then braid your other ones if you wanted to. And, you know, really take your time and get them perfect. But I think that 50 notes is a bit of a bargain really. Now I know, like I said, I know there are going to be those of you out there going to say 50 quid's not a bargain and I'd rather do it myself. That's completely fine. We don't need to end up having World War III over it. This is just my thoughts on it. It's just my take on it really. And I think the things really started to get a little bit out of hand on Facebook, which is why when I spoke to SpecialTech about it, I wanted to get these in so I could kind of explain to you. So just to kind of reiterate, AX650, AX750, AX850, white, blue and red, but they also do a nice subtle black as well. They've not gone for any kind of extreme colours, they've kept to the basics, which I don't think is too much of a problem. I don't think I'd really want to go much further adrift than these anyway, because I don't think they'd really sell. I actually really like the black, because like I said, it's a nice, kind of stealthy, nice looking colour, because obviously I've only got the really bright in your face ones at the moment, but these kind of sit in the background, kind of don't really shout at you too loudly ones, I really like. But anyway, what I'm going to do, because I like the boys at SpecialTech, I'm going to put a link underneath which will take you to the shop, and you can obviously buy the cables there. If you don't want to buy the cables, no one's forcing you, so you can all sit back down on your chair and calm down. But if you do want to buy the cables, make sure you post a little topic underneath, so a little reply underneath, let me know. But more importantly, it'd be great to see what you're doing with them on the Overclock 3D forum. So if you want to go there, post some pictures up in the build log section or in the rig gallery, crack on boys, because this is it's like building and modding and customizing and all that kind of thing is really where my heart lies in this industry. So little things like this I really like, and we need more manufacturers to take a brave step like this. Whether you think that you're being ripped off or not, we need more manufacturers to take a brave step like this, because otherwise the market will just stagnate, and we need to keep pushing it forward. But like I said, considering these direct replacement original manufacturer cables, I think 50 quid isn't really too much to ask. When you consider that if you'd bought an AX850 in the first place, you would have paid 140, 150 quid for your power supply. So to customise it. It's not just buying new cables, it's customising it. You're buying something that's, you know, better than the original cables that are already there. I don't really think 50 quid's too much of a problem. But that's my thoughts. Lovely quick video over and done with. How long have we been recording for? Just over 10 minutes. Crikey, we're even going to come underneath the 15-minute YouTube limit. But anyway, that's my thoughts on these. I've said enough. This is Tiny Tom Logan, gonna love you and leave you. Out.